Hey guys, it's Nick here from TECHNO, and today I brought one of the easiest tutorial. While think is one of the easiest tutorial, but it's a pretty cool tutorial. I think you guys might love it. So let's take a look on it. But as you click on this title, it means suggesting this there is some relation between the scrolls because the title is with the scroll. So we are going to take a look on the scroll effect. And what are scroll effect first of all? Now if you are familiar to Adobe Muse and many things, Adobe Muse, and if you don't know anything about Adobe Muse, it's actually a designing tool given by Adobe, and it's just that it can give a lot of designing tool and a lot of fancy stuffs to make your website more fancy, I think so that's what Adobe Muse, and you can get your edition if you don't ever used one on adobe.com. So I'm not here for the Adobe Muse. I just wanted to show you how without Adobe Muse, because you don't know the code, so how you can do in the JavaScript the whole thing. And to do that you just have to need simple JavaScript. But I set up one example here. You can see there's a pretty page what I created for my website, but it's not published till yet. So and if in the future it might be published, so it will be on the annotation, guys. But I want every one of you to tell me about my web page. First of all, you can take a look on it. Just ignore the footer part, it's actually incomplete. So you can see this. Just tell me how you like this page. Once I scroll down, you can see this. Even here you just have home page, and this is it. So what we're focusing on here, you can just see the header portion up here. As I scroll down, you can see it shrinks. That's what we are going to do today, because that's related to the scroll, because on the scroll it relates. Not only this, this trick is applied same for up here. The image fades in, and you can do it a lot easy. So let's get started, guys. Now I think it's a lot easy to do, so I will not be writing this code. I will be explaining you. I already set up an example for you guys, a lot simpler one. So let's start with the HTML. We have a HTML, we have a header here, which will act as a header. Of course, its name is header, so of course it will act as a header. And we have a div here. Just that's it. I think that's enough in the example. So we're going to CSS now. You can see here CSS. What is this? If you never looked at this, it's actually a reset property. Just resetting the default values of the browser to 0 and padding 0. So that's it. Now header. What header is? As you can see, we have a ID of header here. We given the ID because that's pretty important. You just have to give some ID. Without the ID reference, this effect might not get worked properly. It will not work, actually, definitely not work. Yeah, it won't work without ID. So we have a height of 150 pixels, width of 100 pixel, position fixed, so it won't scroll with the page, and we have a background of #CCC. Now if you're familiar with this code, then it's okay, but if you're not, I will be telling you in the ending what it does. So just stick to the end. It's pretty short tutorial thing, guys. In the div, I just have a div, only one div on the page. So I directly wrote this here, not targeting the div, but don't do that. Actually, it will target all the divs, so that's not what you want. And what it does actually just give you some room to scroll down and get some scroll effect. That's all it does. That's all the CSS and HTML literally. Now I will be, if I'm going pretty fast, just tell me in the comment. I think I am going pretty fast. Now I will be explaining the whole bunch of lines of code. It's actually a lot simpler. Now in JavaScript, actually we will start from the bottom. Now to do so, we created an event listener, and if you do nothing know about JavaScript, if you're new to it, then just take in the mind that what event listener does is just execute some code or execute any function on the basis of what event you do, like events like on click, double click, scroll, on mouse over, and many other effects. You can check it out on w3school.com. Actually, they have a quite a JavaScript training site, theoretical but pretty loving. So you can see here we have created it with the scroll, and make sure you have this as a small scroll position. It won't working. Just write it as it is same, because it might not work if you write it in a different way. I might write that. So, and you can write this function whatever you want, because it's a function name, doesn't matter what you keep it. Now if we here we did it, but we want the function. Now we are defining our function here. You can see this is how you declare a function, the keyword function followed by its name. So here scroll is a name, you can see here, with open and close parenthesis and the color phrases. That's it. Now in the body of the function we created two variables. What top does is actually it is linked with our header, which is id header. So to link that, I just wrote this code, document.getElement by id. Now it usually do is just take your element and link it with your variable, so any changes using JavaScript to this variable will be affecting your original element in the HTML. So let's get started, guys. Here I have is a yParse. Now what a yParse is actually, it's a variable which is assigned the page y offset. And if you never know what a page y offset is, let me show you. So here I have a browser actually. Now if I scroll here 150 pixels, you can see here, if let's suppose I scroll 150 pixels from the top. Now you can see here the distance between these two is, let's take an example of 180 pixels here. So if I scroll down, and when this portion comes to the top, it's scrolled 180 pixels. You can see it just goes on the top. I scroll 180 pixels, and that's what the offset means. It means it's taking a value. Now let's suppose one more example, guys. I have image height of 1366 by 760. I think that is what. And now if I scroll down, I scroll 760 pixels. So that's what the offset is. It just take your page position from the top of the browser. That's I think I explained a lot, and I think that was worst explanation ever all, but doesn't matter. Actually, if you guys get it, or if you don't guys get it, just tell me in the comment. I'll be solving your query. Now to get that offset, you just have to write window actually taking the browser, and page y offset. Now make sure y and o are in the uppercase, so page y offset and just giving you offset. Now here we are just comparing it. If yParse actually the full form as a variable, so it doesn't matter, it's greater than some certain value. I don't think why I wrote 587, it just came in my mind and wrote it. You can take your any personal number, or you can just measure it from your browser, from when you want to execute your code. So let's get started. So in the further one we just did is change its height in the if bracket. So you can see here it's top, which is this variable header element linked, style, the CSS property, and the height. That's it. We change it to 70 pixels. Make sure it's in the double quotes, and then else statement, what it does actually, it's just make sure it switches back, because we want to switch it back to again this normal, or we can see the main position when I reach the top of the page, or even I have this condition is false. So here I have you can see here top.style.height is equals to 150 pixels, which are defined in the CSS up here. That's it. Let's take a look in the browser. So this is it, what it is, but I will be explaining the logic behind it, not the whole concept. You can see this animates, guys, and if it's not working for you guys, then you might be done something wrong actually, because it's working on me. So now you can see it is working. So what should we do next? Actually, you can, if it's not working for you, you can download the project file. The links will be in the description. And let's take a look on the opacity effect. Actually, you can see, as I say, opacity effect is actually related to opacity. You can see it fades in. So let's get it done. It's pretty simple, you don't have to go much. You can see here we just read the opacity actually. Now I will be typing pretty slow. You can see first of all, default value, I just wanted to hide it, and here So let's take a look at the browser. Actually, here we having the hideout. You can see now if you did the opposite, actually now you can go here, you can do the opposite. Really opposite thing is you can make this to 1 and this to 0. It just actually will do is fading up. You can see it will fade in, actually it is fading out now. So that's it, I think, guys. That's all we have to say in this tutorial. If you get that, guys, make sure you tell me about everything. If you didn't get anything in the comment, I will love to solve every query. And if you're not if you like this video, guys, make sure you hit thumbs up and give a contribution to TECHNO community. And not even that, if you love this tutorial, make sure you subscribe to our channel to stay tuned for the further tutorials for guys. I think that's it. It's Nick logging out.